and welcome back to my channel, Drunk Crafts with Paige. I am Paige, and this week I have a new brand of cider that I am trying. This is a lemonade flavored cider, and it's real interesting, you guys. It's like you mixed apple cider with lemonade. I'm still not sure how I feel about it, but this is a Michigan-made cider, so I wanted to at least give it a shot. This week is our third magical week in the month of September. I decided that in celebration of the start of the school year at Hogwarts, every craft that we did throughout the month of September was going to be Harry Potter themed. And this craft may be just a little bit premature. I know it is technically summer, but there are quite a few people, myself included, who are very excited for colder, chillier weather, sweaters, warmer drinks, and our craft for this week is right up that alley. One of the more anticipated Christmas presents in the Harry Potter world are Weasley sweaters. I am wearing mine this week, made by my lovely friend via her Etsy shop. I will link it down below. But we are making Weasley sweater mug koozies, or cozies, however you guys pronounce them. And they are meant to be wrapped around either just a porcelain mug or even a travel mug. So if you guys are interested in seeing how these turn out, please continue watching. Now for this crochet project, I'm kind of going to run through things for people who have a bit more experience with crochet. This is not a crochet 101, so if you are an unexperienced crocheter, some of this stuff might be a little bit confusing to you. For this koozie or cozy, I am going to be following a pattern from Winding Road Crochet. They made a very easy tutorial on how to create these for yourself. We've got our yarn. I am going to be using a size I crochet hook. I also have my scissors. I have some crochet needles, and I have some buttons for the very end. And we are going to be using this gorgeous emerald green color because that is the color that Mrs. Weasley makes all of Harry's sweaters. So we're going to be starting out with my slip knot first. There's the knot. I like to wrap my string around my pinky, and we're gonna get going. We're gonna start out by chaining 8. This is actually going to be the buttonhole. And once you have your chain of 8, we are going to slip stitch into your very first chain. And pull it through. There's making our little loop. Now we're gonna get started on the koozie. We're gonna start by chaining 1 and then doing a single crochet into the next stitch. Now we're gonna go ahead and start on row 2. We're going to chain 1 and then turn your work. There. And we are going to work 2 single crochets into this one stitch. So there's 1, and into the same stitch, there's 2. That's it for row 2. We are going to move on to row 3, which is chaining 1, flipping our work. We're going to work 2 single crochets again into our first stitch. So there was 1, and there's 2, and then we're going to do just a single crochet in our second stitch. Just like that. Once again, we're gonna chain 1, turn our work, and we're on to row 4. And we're gonna be slowly increasing to make sort of a triangle. So once again, we've got 2 single crochets into your first stitch, and then another single, and another single. So we're going to continue this process until you have 11 stitches total going across. The chaining one, rotating your work, 2 single crochets into the first stitch, and then single crochets into all of the remaining ones. I just finished up my last row, 11 stitches, and here's our little loop at the bottom. So nothing new here for our next row. We're going to chain 1, rotate, and then continue single crocheting for rows 12 through 53. So our next row that we do across, that's just a whole bunch of single crochets. This is going to be row 12. And we're just going to keep single crocheting. We've already established our nice little increased triangle up to the point where it will eventually attach to the button. And now, as we just single crochet for quite a few rows, we're making the portion that is going to wrap around the cup, which is not anything that we need to increase or decrease on. So as I said, single crochet. When I get to the end of this row, I'm going to chain 1 and flip my work over, and we're going to go until we hit row 53. I am finishing up row 53 right here. And I am going to finish it off by chaining 1. I'm going to cut off my thread. And you can just pull it through to tie off your end like that. And now what you're going to want to do is hide your string, your extra string here, and your extra string down here. And this is where your crochet needles come in. I have seen other ways of doing this by using your hook, but using your crochet needle is a pretty easy way that you can just kind of wind your extra string through. And since this is a cup holder and it might get dirty, you might need to wash these a little bit more frequently. So I would suggest going back and forth a couple of times. I'm just going to cut off my extras. Right there. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Probably working my way downwards into these stitches. So now that all of our ends are hidden, I'm going to show you on just a regular old coffee mug. Go ahead, wrap it around, and decide where you would like your button to sit. So right about here, but if you choose to have this koozie or cozy for a travel mug, you can measure around there, but this is roughly where I'm going to put my button. And once again, I'm going to take my crochet needle and my thread and just sew right through here. So here, with the loop and everything, is our cup koozie. But since we're making this Harry Potter themed, and this is a Weasley sweater koozie, a Weasley sweater needs an initial on it. So we are gonna find a nice spot, probably, I think on the opposite side of where the button is. We're gonna stitch my initial. And typically, from what we've seen of Weasley sweaters, the letter is yellow. I don't have yellow, but we're gonna use this tan-ish color to go with the green. And I'm just gonna continue using my crochet needle to stitch on a letter P. Well, our Weasley sweater koozie, or cozie, still not entirely sure how to pronounce it, but it is done. I have stitched on my first initial in true Weasley sweater fashion. We're gonna take a look at it. I know I could have done a better job with the stitching for the letter P, but this is so cute and obviously totally customizable for you guys. You could stitch whatever initial you want on there, and the placement of your button to fit around whatever size porcelain mug or travel cup you have, you can put it on where it fits for you. And obviously now I am very ready for fall with this. Here are some up close shots of our Weasley sweater koozie out in the natural light. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed the craft, and next week is the big one. It's video 100. It is also going to be our last Harry Potter themed craft, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and check me out on my social media. Links for Instagram and Facebook are in the description box below. I'll see you guys all for the next one. Cheers!